Welcome back once again to another episode of The Coaching Life. I am your host and coach, Gail Walker, CEO of GAH Consulting, and I'm also known as the Build It Expert. So, on today's episode, we're still in accounting. We're going to talk about analyzing your cash flow statements. So, your cash flow statement records how you spend your money throughout the course of the year. And your cash inflows equate to your income, and your cash outflows are your business expenses. And your goal is to generate more money than you're spending. So, toward the end of the year, it's a good idea to analyze your cash flow statements to identify what your cash flow trend has been throughout the course of the year. Now, this is not to say that this is the only time that you analyze your financial data. No, you go over them as often as you can throughout the year, whether it's weekly or monthly. You want to make sure that you're constantly aware of how money is being spent and what money is coming in. Okay. So, um, when you look at the overall picture for the year, it's going to show you if you have that's this is where you're going to find out if you have any cash flow problems, because cash flow, and you're going to understand why. There's various reasons why you're going to have cash flow problems, and the only way you're going to figure that out is if you go through your data. Right, your data is going to tell you everything. So the faster you can identify the problem, the faster you're going to be able to rectify the situation. So it's important to note that your net cash outflows does not necessarily indicate that your business is having a cash flow problem. Your cash flow problem happens when your outflows is more than your inflows. So to calculate cash flow, you want to separate your cash flows into three specific activities: cash flows from your expenses, your operating expenses, that's your operating activities, that's your revenue and your expenses. Then you want to look at your cash flow from your investing activities. That's going to be the assets that you purchase and the assets that you've sold off during the course of the year. Then you're going to look at your cash flow from the financial activities, and that deals with any loans or repayments that you've done throughout the year. So when you do all of this, the cash flow formula is going to add, it adds a beginning cash balance. And then with each net changes for the different activities, you are going to be able to determine what the ending cash balance is going to be. So when you go through all of that and you start doing your adding for revenues, subtracting for expenses, adding for assets purchased, but subtracting for assets purchased and adding for assets sold, and adding to, if you get a loan in, you add to your revenue, but then when you start paying out on that loan, it's going into the negative. So when you're doing all these different activities throughout the year, it's shifting and it's changing. You just want to always make sure you bring in more than you put out. You bring in more than you put out. And it's not always going to be possible for that to happen, because sometimes you're going to have to spend money regardless of how much money you bring in, because it's a business and there's things that you're going to have to do. But the more that you can temper the output, it's going to be better when you're having low paying months for the input. Okay. So I just want to let you know that we're really grateful for everything that you guys have been doing. You're subscribing, you're following, you're sharing, you're liking on all the platforms. And I just want you to know that we're really grateful. So make sure that you do what we normally ask you to do, which is to, you know, comment, talk to us, talk to me, and whoever is also going to be manning the comment section. Let us know if you have any questions. If you have any questions, we'll provide answers for you. I will provide answers for you. Just talk to me and tell me what's going on, what issues you're having, what issues have you been finding that you're running into towards the end of the year, and anything that we can do to help you, you know, we'll make sure that we do everything that we can. So, once again, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for following. Thank you for liking. And over on the YouTube page, hit the bell so that whenever we have a live or we upload a video, you get a notification. Okay. So look forward to speaking with you again. Bye bye.